Alright, let's talk about my experiences at the summer youth sports program. I definitely think that this summer was a learning experience. Definitely there was a learning curve from the first lesson I taught to the most recent lesson that I've taught. It's definitely changed a lot and I've learned a lot, especially in coaching strategies and making my lesson plans more structured to how the kids need it to be, instead of what I want to do. And then in like group management strategies that we've learned that have been helpful for us. In terms of lesson plans, I've definitely learned to structure my lesson plans more fit for the kids, instead of what I think we can get through. I think I was a little overambitious with my first couple lessons, thinking that we could get through a lot more than we actually could, and realizing that the kids might need some extra time for learning the skill, or understanding the game. So just kind of working that into my lesson plan and making sure that I have that in mind when I'm teaching, that the kids might need a little bit of extra time, just to kind of get organized and get coordinated. Definitely the biggest thing that changed over time was my coaching strategies. Every time my lesson was observed, I got a lot more feedback that was really, really helpful, so that I could use that in my future lessons, like really simplifying the skills back to a catch and a toss, so that then we could build on it instead of going straight to like forearm passing and setting. And definitely in this third session, the kids have really, really benefited from starting with catching and tossing. And I also learned to incorporate a warm-up of catching and tossing for each lesson, just a quick like routine that is consistent, and then also gets them into doing those movements of volleyball that we can then build on. And then another thing was simplifying the game as a whole. So instead of trying to play like a 3-on-3 volleyball game, maybe do it with just tossing and catching, or against a coach, so that at least one side is more controlled, or taking the net out completely, or just playing a simpler game like Foursquare that they might already know how to play, and then adding like more controlled moves that more that volleyball underhand toss sort of move to a game that they already know, just to make things more familiar, and then it also helps with getting them to understand the game. In terms of group management, we definitely learned a lot, and we used a lot of strategies that we learned about in orientation, like counting down when we're getting into a group, and then trying again if it doesn't happen the first time. That was definitely a strategy that we used the most, and was also consistently useful. Like, even in the last couple days, we've had to use it when the group as a whole isn't focused, and then that kind of gets in their brain like, okay, I need to hustle so that we can move on. So I definitely think that I learned a lot this summer, especially about adapting to whatever new group we have. We did coach kind of similar age groups through all 3 sessions, so I didn't have to adapt too much to changing between the age groups, but definitely the needs of the kids change, and it was really, really, it was a good experience for me to learn that sort of thing, and then even changing lessons as I go. If I get there and I realize this game might be too hard for them, adjusting it and going back to a simpler game, a game they might already know, just to kind of get them actually playing instead of standing around and being confused. So I definitely say I enjoyed the experience, and I think there were valuable things for me to learn, even if I don't go into like an education route. Just working with people in general, it was a really good experience for me. So thank you.